Hey everybody, it's Gail, and this is Errata-Hate episode 15, which I am referring to as Rectangle Sweater the Revenge. If you would like to know why this is the Revenge Rectangle Sweater, you're going to want to go back and watch episode 9, where I attempted it the first time, and we'll just call it a hot mess. The yarn lied to me, folks. Like, the yarn fucking lied. Okay, and I'm still mad about it, clearly. Anyway, the goal with a rectangle sweater is that it's the easiest way to make a sweater. You make a rectangle, you put a head hole in it, you make another rectangle, it's all one big piece, and then you sew up the sides for the armholes. Boom, sweater. I'm looking for something super comfy and loose that I can kind of throw on if it's, just a little chilly. And so I am using a super bulky. This is Loops and Threads. It's the Michaels store brand. This is Country Loom. I have it in a bunch of colors that don't necessarily look great together, but it was a giant Craigslist haul, and I want a big loose sweater. I don't really care if it's all the same color. So, first order of business is going to be to start the sweater, and what I'm going to do, I'm wearing a t-shirt now that I like the cut of, and so I'm going to make a chain that comes to the side seams. So here and here. And then what I'm going to do is just work my way up until it's long enough, until I've got enough sort of in the torso that I want to start working the neck. And so I'm going to go working on that, and I will be back with you when I get to head hole territory, which is super simple, honestly. Like, I think once I do this in a yarn that is actually pliable, it'll be much easier to understand how you can do this. So I will check in with you guys later. Hey everybody, I am back. I am happy to say that we have reached head hole. There it is. So the way the head hole works is just these are just chain stitches. And so I stitched shoulder pieces. I have 39 stitches total. And I did a little bit of math and also tried to figure out how big my head was, because I have done these before where I thought the head hole was big enough and it was not. And so what I did was I did 12 stitches to make the shoulder, 15 chain stitches, skipping the 15 stitches below, and then 12 stitches to the end to finish off the shoulder. And then when I came back, I just said I'm doing half double crochets through all of this. I just half double crocheted into the chain stitches that I had created. You can also just do your stitches around the chains, but that can lead to kind of an uncomfortable line against your neck, I've discovered, just through my own trial and error. But to give you an idea of what this looks like, I'm just pulling out my end so I don't lose a stitch. Let me get my glasses off. So, there you go. So far, it's going to be a nice close neck, which is what I'm looking for. You can see that it's going to have a bit of a short sleeve when it's seamed up, which I'm fine with. And so what I'm going to concentrate on doing today is I had 2 whole skeins of this blue and black. And so I'm going to use this second skein, which I just joined right before the neck, to make basically the main part of the back of this. So we've got it about this long. My belly button is there. And I would like it a little longer. I would actually like it where you can see the bottom of my tank top. But the rest of the yarn isn't labeled. It's not all full skeins. So what I'm going to do after I finish the second skein, so that I've got the same amount of rows behind the neck as I do in front of the neck, is I'm going to seam up the blue and black pieces into that rectangle, and then I'm going to work in around the rest of the way to add the other yarn. And so I've modified the rectangle sweater. Pray I do not modify it again. By the way, if you want to know what day it is Good Friday, and the Last Jedi trailer just came out, and very excited. But I'm going to go, and I'm going to stitch very carefully and give myself lots of breaks while I work, because I strained a chest muscle, most likely from crocheting, and I probably shouldn't even be stitching quite as much as I am, but I'm on a great deal of ibuprofen, and I've got my chest compressed. And also I had a migraine yesterday, and so so I'm going to go and add to this. Also, I just realized there's a bunch of lens flares when I look away and look back because the difference between the color of my hair and the color of my skin is causing some lens flares. So sorry about that. All right, we'll see you later. Hey everybody, I'm back. I meant to show you where I was about to seam the sweater, but I got into sort of a groove last night and forgot. Anyway, let me show you the sweater. It's a sweater! Yay! I thought this dark blue that I have at the top, I thought I had 2 full skeins and I didn't, and so I added this yellow at the front. Partially because with a rectangle sweater, you know, the back and the front are the same, but I prefer to have a distinct front. It's a thing. So what I did after I added the yellow was I seamed up the sides here, and I just did it with a slip stitch. And I left my armholes pretty big because I like big armholes on this looser stuff. And then I joined my yarn into the seam. And I just worked in the round, all the way around, with these other 2 colors until I was out of yarn. And so that's sort of the final note on the rectangle sweater. I have awesome 80s shoulders. The thing I really like every time I do one of these sweaters is just how easy it is. You know, it's a really good project if you're just kind of needing something to chill out with. I really would love to do it in a super lightweight yarn, like a thread weight or a lace weight, just because I'd be curious how it would drape. And also, free t-shirt. So that is a much better version of the rectangle sweater that I was attempting in episode 9. And I will see you guys for episode 16 very soon. Although I can't remember what it's about. I wrote it down. It's written down. It's fine. So I'll see you guys later.